hypnosis could be the most important field of study that you ever engage in. It is so interesting to me. When I was first introduced to hypnosis, it was kind of like this jokey thing that we'd see on Saturday morning TV. I remember going to a hypnosis show and it really stuck with me. It was incredible that someone could hypnotize someone to be on stage and start clucking about like a chicken. You know, that just seems fake. It has to be fake to me. I bought the guy's book, got it signed by him. I was really young. Anyway, time goes on and you start hearing things about hypnotherapy. Then you start hearing things about being in trance and brainwashing, and like society is hypnosis, man. Like the phones we have is hypnosis, and it gets me interested, right? And then I do this course, like this NLP course, NLP hypnosis course. And the guy there just starts speaking about hypnosis in the most amazing ways, about how in stories, when we hear stories, we're hypnotized into them. We let go of our critical factor and we become really suggestible. And then it makes me think, you know, really a lot of the things that we think in our mind is actually an illusion. We don't know whether it's real or not. And we can actually be hypnotized by our own mind. Like, have you ever made something up in your mind about someone, got really pissed off, and then realized that it wasn't the truth? Like, isn't it funny how we can just hypnotize ourselves? I was also listening to this audiobook by Stuart Wilde. He's this like teacher. And he was talking about the TikTok, which is the hypnosis or the trance of the world, right? And it's funny how the TikTok just so happens to be the name of the app on which people just scroll through, almost in a trance-like state. We're almost entranced by it. And it's funny because what is a trance? I've heard it described as focusing inward attention on what is inside of your head, as opposed to external or reality, right? And that's just a fascinating thing. And it makes me think, can society put you in a trance? Are you or I getting hypnotized? Now, this sounds a bit conspiracy theory, but this whole COVID thing, right? We are kind of put indoors. We're given these suggestions, and then all of a sudden it kind of goes away. Everything's quite vague. Look, I personally believe COVID was a thing. But even the way that we communicate with each other, it's hypnotic. The way the government communicates with us. And then it gets me thinking about another thing. What is truth? Like, why do we believe some communication? And why don't we believe others? And why is it that people can go into cults and get brainwashed into these ridiculous and silly and crazy beliefs, right? And these are normal, rational thinking humans. In fact, you might have hypnotized yourself to limit yourself and live the life that you're living right now. That's a fascinating thing, isn't it? That you have been hypnotized into believing something about yourself, and you are so stuck and deep in the trance that not even someone speaking to you could awaken you. In fact, you don't even know that you are asleep. It's the most exciting and most delicious prospect ever. And what if fear was a part of hypnosis? What if your beliefs about money, your beliefs about family, your beliefs about others, the world, and different people in the world was all hypnosis as well? Then you go look through your mind and actually think, what are my thoughts and what are the world's thoughts? What comes from me? What comes from the truth that I see? And what is being implanted into me? And then we ask another question as well. What is it that opens our mind to being suggestible? What is it that allows our mind to be implanted with an idea? And can you use that same mechanism to implant a positive idea, an idea that would serve you into your own mind? Fascinating. I did do this course on hypnosis and I really found it freaking amazing and really interesting. There was this guy called Milton Erickson, and he almost created this thing called hypnotic language. It's like, basically he created a framework for hypnotic language. And basically, if you want to hypnotize someone, you create really general words. You make things really general, non-specific, and like this thing blew my mind. You slip in presuppositions. You presuppose things. So like a question, how do you think you would make even more money? How do you think you would make even more money? It presupposes that you're already making more money, right? Just through asking a question, and we listen to that question, we will accept premises within that question. So we read or watch a story or watch a movie, and the movie puts things in it, scatters little things into the story. And those morals, those things that we watch, is actually snuck into our own mind. And then it gets you thinking. If story is hypnosis, when you look at Inception, it's just deeper layers and layers of stories in the mind. And if you go into a deeper and deeper story, a story within a story, you can plant hypnotic suggestions within those stories. Right? That's basically what Inception is. You go really deep into the mind through story within a story within a story, and then you plant a hypnotic suggestion. And the only thing I would say is that it would be a really good idea to be aware of this process. If you can be aware of the process, fantastic. If you can use this process for your own good and use it to create and suggest your own things in your reality, that's even more amazing. So I've got a little nose thing. Anyway, I'm honestly thinking about like doing a documentary on hypnosis and just learning more about it, because it's freaking cool, man. It is really awesome. And I think it's really critical to our own learning, because if we can learn to get past our own delusion or illusion, and we can understand what illusion, we can get closer contact with reality. Know thy enemy, know thyself, and you will never lose a battle. Anyway, that's it from me today. Thank you.